This week on Fantastic Realm, we've got two brand new books from Stephen King. We've got the new Deadpool, the new Secret Invasion, and the new Star Wars comic. Is it a classic comic or a callous cash-in? Stick with us to find out. First up this week is the new Dark Towers series, Treachery. Now this is the third kind of story arc in Dark Towers. It's of course written by Stephen King, and I'm not familiar with Dark Towers. This is the first one I've ever picked up and read. It's a real kind of gothic kind of story, and you know what's most striking about this book is the art, Jay Lee's art, and there's another guy, they do it together, Richard Eisenove, and the art puts you, much like this cover, right in the forefront. Everything is, all of the details right in the foreground, and the backgrounds kind of tend to be washed away and very, very empty, putting you right in the foreground, right in the action. And that's what this book tends to feel like. It's the art's spectacular, the story I'm still absorbing, so it's going to take a while to work out whether this is a classic or not, but certainly worthy of your attention, and it's out this week. If Dark Tower is your thing, then Stephen King's also got another book out this week. It's the first episode of The Stand. So hot off the press, this one, that I haven't even had a chance to read it yet, but you can guess what I'm doing straight after the show's finished. I'm going to be checking out this book. So if you want to get involved, by the time you see this, it'll be on the shelves. So check it out, the first episode of The Stand from Stephen King. Also available for you to check out is the first episode of this Deadpool series, right? Now, I'm pretty new to Deadpool, but he's a character, like a Marvel character, and out of the same thing that Wolverine came out of, the whole Weapon X program, which means that he's got like some pretty kick-ass skills as a bit of a mercenary, right? However, this has a completely different tone to the Wolverine tone that we're kind of used to. This is a much more fun book, what they used to old-fashionedly called a romp, all right? It's a great laugh, this book, really kind of some out-and-out laugh-out-loud moments in it, and a completely crazy cliffhanger. So if you want to kind of get involved in the sort of lighter side of mutant powers, then you want to check out Deadpool on your shelves this week. Next up this week, it's all about Secret Invasion number 6. Now, Secret Invasion, if you're not aware, is Marvel's big summer crossover for this year, and normally I am not a big fan of these big crossovers because, you know, they basically mean that you have to pick up like 47 different books to keep up with the story, and often they're more about marketing and bringing in new readers than they are about telling a great story, and so I'm generally not in them. But I tell you what, Secret Invasion this year has definitely won me over to the actual big summer crossover idea. Lots of the other books that are going on around this have been pretty good, like Captain Britain, Black Panther, Fantastic Four. All of the Secret Invasion books have been pretty cool this year, and the main book, the 8-part series that's running all summer, has been pretty cool, and this episode is probably the coolest one so far, right? You know, obviously, if you've been keeping up with the story, Nick Fury's back, Iron Man's been taken out, a lot of the Avengers are in the Savage Land, and everybody's dealing with this Skrull invasion across the whole of the world. And this is the episode where we really see the proper fight back of superhumanity against the Skrull invasion, and it's just so much fun. So if you get a chance to check it out, make sure you do Secret Invasion Part 6. And just time for an honourable mention for the new Star Wars Clone Wars comic book. The film has had terrible reviews. A lot of people are just seeing it as a cash-in on Star Wars. And you know what? If that's the way it was, it's worked, because you know what, I will go and see that movie, and I will pick up this book, because for me, as a kid who saw Star Wars in the 70s, Star Wars was the beginning of this whole obsession with the whole sci-fi, comic books, superheroes type of thing. So if, like me, you're part of that, you'll probably want to check this out and collect the whole series and line George Lucas's pockets even more. You can find further info and buy any of the books we reviewed this week on any of this week's other releases right now at fantasticrealm.co.uk, and don't forget to quote the code FAN1 to get a 10% discount. If you want to send us an email, let us know what you thought of any of this week's releases or anything you'd like to see us review, then do so, please. We'd love to hear from you. fantastic.realm@googlemail.com.